Okay, why did I write my books, Bringing Nature Home, Nature's Best Hope, and The Nature of Oaks? There's a common theme here, and it all revolves around the fact that we are in the middle of the sixth great extinction on planet Earth. We're losing biodiversity, and of course that's not an option because it is the species on this planet that runs the ecosystems that support us. We're losing biodiversity because of the way humans interact with the land. We have this exclusionary principle. Humans are here and nature's always someplace else. So we design landscapes that are not viable options for most species, which means they're disappearing. So I wrote these books to try to convince the people who control the land, the public, that the way we landscape is going to determine the success of conservation in the future. I wrote Bringing Nature Home to introduce this idea, to introduce the concept that every single person is important in the effort of conservation. And if you own a piece of the earth, you have a responsibility towards good stewardship to that earth. And the plants you choose on your property are essential in terms of determining the success of the conservation, because those plants, if they are native plants or not, will determine how well insect populations do on our property. So Bringing Nature Home really introduced the concept that healthy insect populations are essential to any successful conservation effort. I wrote Nature's Best Hope because it was 10 years later and we had done a lot of research that provided a lot of evidence for the hypotheses that I proposed in Bringing Nature Home. And I wanted to try to get beyond the choir. I wanted to convince more people that this is urgent. This is serious business, and it's a global crisis with a grassroots solution. So it's only going to work if everybody pitches in, or most people anyway. Our research has shown that there's a direct link between not only the plants we put in our yards, not only the insects that use those plants, but the birds and everything else that require those insects. As E.O. Wilson says, insects are the little things that run the world, and we have to start landscaping in a way that preserves them. I wrote the third book, The Nature of Oaks, because oaks are what we call keystone species. It's not just a matter of using native plants. We have to use the most powerful ones, the ones that are best at supporting those insects. And it turns out oaks are the best genus of plant in 84% of the counties of North America in terms of supporting insects, and not just any insects, but the caterpillars that transfer more energy from plants to other animals than any other type of organism. Oaks support more caterpillars than any other type of plant. So I was hoping to make the oak that you may have in your yard more than just a tree standing there. I wanted to outline the entire community of organisms, of interactions that are occurring on your oak in every month of the year, so that if you have an oak on your property, you can go outside, you can find the things that I talk about. I wanted to introduce the knowledge that would generate interest, that then would generate compassion in your oak, and maybe add another one. If you don't own an oak, this would be motivation to actually plant one.